Hello. Thank you so much. This is Donnie C with the Diamond Lounge, and I'm here with, of course,
your boy Scrap.
and our special guest today, Mr.
G. Hawkins. What's up?
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great, always.
Good. Thank you so much for having me. I truly appreciate, hopping on that Diamond Lounge, sitting back, relaxing with y'all today.
And we truly appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I tried to assemble just a few men today to talk about, just to get into y'all's heads a little bit. And so, God, there's so much I want to talk about and so many places I want to go.
Why you looking at me like that?
Because I think, let me just jump into it. Why do men cheat? No.
Well.
Oh, you going to say something?
Let Gear start it off.
I appreciate that.
You got something to say about
it? I mean, it's a heavy topic, right? When you talk about men cheating, there's a lot of different caveats, reasons. Does it all matter?
I'm about
Probably
to say,
not.
you sound like excuses.
Exactly, right? Does it all matter? Not at the end of the day.
Okay, well, what's one caveat? Let's see.
Usually the first thing that pops out is men cheat because they're unhappy at home. Something's not happening that they want to happen, so they step outside to gain whatever that is, whether it's the physical side, the intimacy, the spiritual connection, whatever that connection they're missing, they go and search for it elsewhere. And unfortunately, those things do occur.
Oh, Gary, that sounds like a perfect answer.
I'm just saying. That was page number 345.
That's why I let him do it first.
I was like, you happy he went high.
Yeah, that's why I told him to do it
He
first.
just made y'all look good.
I knew he would give the correct political answer.
Okay, let's say that's true.
Okay.
Because that can be true. Women are not perfect. Things happen. Yeah. However, is cheating in any kind of way making that better?
Never. And it's never justified, right?
No.
Even though you have the best reasons in the world, that is never justified.
At all. Because if you're having problems already, all you did was compound that.
Escalation.
and add more onto it. So it still brings me back to the mind frame of, if I'm talking with intelligent-minded individuals who are able to use any kind of thinking process, why do men cheat?
Yeah, selfishness.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It'd be more on the physical side.
On the physical side. Okay, and
attractiveness to another woman. Sexually attracted to another woman.
So then, fine. You know what? Plain and simple, straight to the point. Why be in a relationship then? If you still want to do all of that.
No, I agree. Because if I ain't in a relationship, I ain't, I'm all for that woman.
You all for that woman?
Yeah, when I'm in a relationship.
Let me see. Let me try to think about your history.
That's why I when I do get in a relationship, I make sure I am ready to be in one. I don't just be hopping from woman to woman.
That's the hook right there. Ready.
Okay. Go.
See, capitalize every word in ready. And bold.
Bold that thing.
Yeah.
Ready.
Highlight it.
All right, but the thing is, if y'all are not ready, why pursue a woman who most likely is ready?
Selfishness.
That's gonna be the answer, huh?
It circles all the way back.
It does. Okay.
We want what we want when we want it.
Ooh,
and it's a fallacy. It's a problem, and it's something that we often have to fight with internally, not just with the woman that we're with, not just with society as a whole, but it's an eternal battle and struggle each and every day. We're selfish.
Okay. Someone said, why not break up? But he answered it, because y'all are selfish.
We want cake and eat it too.
Well.
And then they don't want that loneliness. And then they already know at the end of the day they probably have a good woman. So they were like, this is just something that's just a fling that's gonna happen. I don't want to be.
But you messing it up with that good woman. Let me tell you something. When that good woman finds out you cheat, even if she takes you back, you have messed up that relationship.
Damage.
Yeah, you did.
Because the trust is gone. I believe in him. I can just joke around, because now in the back of her head, it's always that.
Oh, it's all gonna come up.
Why did he do this? Who was he with? What were they doing? What why should I believe him when he's saying this? Who are his friends? What are they do? Like, you have just wrecked it.
The foundation is now suspect.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but I don't believe in foundation repairs. I don't. I feel like once it's already shaky,
come on,
you can feel a crack all you want.
Still
the crack
a
is
crack.
still there.
Yeah.
You're right. Spot on.
And so I feel like That's why I just don't understand the concept of cheating. Either just walk away, leave them alone, be honest with that person, and let them decide.
But some of the time, you can't be honest. Some people probably just think they still in relationships when they're not.
No, but that's not on you. I'm not.
Wait a minute.
I'm not talking about the crazy women. Wait a minute.
No, I'm just gonna say you probably did, like, you know, whatever's going on within your household or with that person you're dealing with, and then y'all did separate. The other person probably just can't take that, you know. So now
that's
when
on
you
them.
do you, so when you but it still probably be looked at as. But I'm trying to.
I don't make excuses for foolishness.
Nah, but how y'all women do take.
Ooh, no.
Like, you doing something to keep leading that person on to still think that y'all together. And
wait, hold on.
You already know how y'all is.
I feel like you try to take a snippet of a conversation. Real quick.
I already know how. I'm just saying that's how it is.
Okay. You know what? Fine. Because I'm not on the side of that. Because I don't in any kind of way condone foolishness. However, the statement you said is very much so true. If you are done with that person and you want to be done with that person, leave them alone. Don't keep engaging them. Don't keep don't keep pulling them back in. Don't keep for those little one night. Don't take advantage of the fact that you know they have feelings for you and you know they probably want to make it work out with you, and keep just leaning on that. Leave them alone. So yes, you are still responsible. So if you want to go there, it is still somewhat about, because you are responsible for your actions as much as they are responsible for letting you back in. But acknowledge the fact that you are still manipulating and playing somebody.
That was a gem right there.
Because it's like, all right, just say when it comes to sex or whatever. All right, y'all separated, y'all broke up. I need some right now. Everybody has their needs.
You know what this sounded like again? Thank you.
We're going to make that a sound effect.
We do. We need to have a little sound. So, because you want to get your needs, he summed it up.
But you're trying to keep from being a hoe.
You are a hoe. You didn't prevent that. That's the whole thing. Understand? You did not prevent that.
I wouldn't say we're a hoe. I would say it's hoe adjacent. It's along those lines. It's running in parallel.
So you tiptoeing on
it. Yeah. One foot in, one foot out.
Is this how y'all excuse yourselves?
I mean, hey, it's all kind of justification.
You know what? Thank you. Thank you for saying that, because that leads me to my next question. Sure. Okay. Do y'all ever in any kind of way actually check your friend when you feel like you got a real good woman right there? Stop.
So here's the thing. It depends on the level of friendship. And for those that's listening right now, y'all on Spotify, or you're watching this right now on YouTube, you know this to be true. When you got somebody that's really in your corner, you're gonna sit them down and have that conversation. You know what I mean? But if you don't have that true connection with your partner, with your homegirl, because we have some platonic relationships where we can come to a homegirl and be like, yo, you bugging. But if you don't have that true connection, then you are always in that person's corner to say, hey, do you? I'm not even gonna touch that. But it just depends on what their real connection is.
What do you say?
Stay business.
Stay business. Okay, but that's my thing. I would like to think, or at least I would know, if I have that, when me and my friends are real with each other and we're talking about things, I point out their BS. I will point out when they're wrong. Even if I don't like that dude, I will still point out, and play devil's advocate when you messed up. You did that. You weren't supposed to. I have a friend who likes to snoop.
Who?
Snoop, huh?
Snoop Dogg?
She got.
Yes, let's say that.
She got those fake IG accounts.
She likes to snoop, and so. And she comes and asks me, like, is that wrong? Yes, it's all the way wrong. Whatever you're trying to find in him, you already found in yourself. You snooping on him, you've already destroyed your relationship. Because now you're just as sneaky as he is.
Come on. And you always, when you start snooping and you looking around for some stuff, you going to find something that's, I said it earlier, adjacent to what you're looking for.
And
it's
you're going to fall right in all of it. Exactly. Okay? But fine. We'll go with, you might find a clue.
A clue.
Maybe he didn't clean it up all the way. Yeah. You found
or you may see something that looks suspicious, but it ain't really what it is. True. And then now you've escalated it because mentally you're looking for something.
True.
Yep.
It's a game, man.
So now you done blew up and you like, it ain't nothing like that. And then you made a small situation.
Let me tell you.
You created a mountain out of molehill.
There it is.
Let me tell you a little bit something about
you like that analogy.
Women, no. Women, Women's intuition is rarely wrong. So if we get that gut feeling, it's 9 times out of 10, 9.95 times out of 10.
Really?
Because there is something actually going on. And you're right. And when we snoop, we find it all. It starts to crumble. But at the same, I still go back to that whole thing. If you're snooping, though, you're just as bad because you're still doing something deceitful in that relationship. Yeah. So you're not making any better. If you have that gut feeling, either talk about it.
Come on, communication.
Pray about it and leave it alone. If you have a real connection with God, a real relationship with him, I honestly believe he reveals all.
Yeah, the discernment.
And then I think that's why I think, the saying is that females are better cheaters than men or whatever.
Why?
Because, see, men don't care 9 times 10 about snooping or trying to find whatever. It is what it is. You know, if it ain't nothing in plain sight, we ain't better go digging up, looking. And females, they go do all that.
Oh yeah.
But that don't make us better cheaters. That just make us
Tomb Raiders.
Thank you.
No, but I'm saying because that's how, let's say, so to speak, that a man get caught because you did all this snooping, so you find out something.
Mm-hmm.
Men ain't worried about doing all that snooping, and so you just feel like, oh, y'all are better cheaters because men ain't worried about snooping.
So it's not that we're better cheaters. Y'all just lazy.
No, it's just like don't care about trying to get.
We got priorities. We're trying to keep the home right.
Yeah,
we out here
working hard.
You know what I'm saying?
Working hard.
Hashtag black man working. We out here grinding. You know,
we not gonna make that a hashtag.
Time to focus on
we can make that a hashtag. I like that hashtag, but we're not gonna use that right now. So. All right. So
get home trying to make sure them kids doing their homework and stuff.
Okay, so basically, black men cheat. Men cheat. Not even black men. Men cheat because they are selfish.
Yeah, 'cause black men don't cheat.
Women don't get caught because men are lazy. Let me see.
That's a great summation. Shit, you spot on.
What does summation mean?
Did I get it? Summary. It's a summary. So, but did I get it all together?
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Money.
So, how can we overcome that? Because my thing is, that's why I was saying, like, when I was asking about the friend, it was basically to say, are there any checks and balances in a man's world that says, stop. Don't do this. Don't fall down that rabbit hole. You know, enjoy what you have, appreciate it, praise it. Like, and I ask that because when you see people like Russell Wilson, and I hate to really use, because I don't know behind the scenes of them, so I really hate to use them, but from the surface, from what they're putting out there right now, when you see that and you see the backlash he gets for being a doting, caring, cherishing what he has, appreciating what he has, uplifting this woman, and the hate, oh, he's weak, he's a clown, he's this, he's that. Like, why is that not celebrated? Why is that not encouraged more amongst men, that if you have a good woman, you have what you wanted, keep it?
Because you try to be too hard. That's all it is. Don't want to show like,
Honey, let that lifestyle go.
Oh no, I feel you on that. You on that.
I mean, that's the thing, like, when do you grow and elevate if you don't have that circle around you that's pushing you to do better?
I would say two things. One, insecurities scream louder, right? So the people that are online that are having these conversations saying Russell is weak and all this, it's their own insecurities that are screaming. The real men in the world look at him and say, bro, you doing your thing. You got you a bad one. You know what I mean?
You making us look good, baby.
You making us look real good.
He making it.
You see what I'm saying? And he's setting standards.
And
that's important in a world where monogamy is not cherished. You know what I mean? So it's a good look for everybody to see this, and it's something to strive for. And I think that, we as men, we all want somebody using discernment, using the tools that we're given to say, you know what, I ride for you like they ride for each other. I'm here in your pocket because I know you in my pocket.
Exactly.
We're golden together. I think every man when we done in the field, every man wants that. Every man wants that same stability. Sometimes we let our selfish desires hop in front of that. It just takes time to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Goes back to what he said. You got to be ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most men don't find out today.
How old?
Shit,
About to die.
Been through.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Been through. But
Boys.
see, all right. I don't want to keep digging in this right now because I want to talk about some other things. Because do know I could go on, but
Definitely.
But I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna just leave this, let it be, and I'm gonna move on. Because I don't, like I said, it could keep going and going. So, with that being said, what about? No, okay. Before I move on, I'm gonna leave it with this. What advice would you two men give your either current daughter or future daughter, or niece, if whatever you have? What would you give her regarding men and how they deal with you, how they how she should deal with them, what she should accept, what she should not, what she should move. What real advice would you give that daughter that you don't want to see played or turn into a Khloe Kardashian?
Wow.
Yeah, know your value, know your worth.
I mean, I don't. Go ahead.
The shade.
No, I was just saying, like, know your value, know your worth. And don't let no man do you wrong or steer you wrong. And if there's ever somebody you need to talk to about something that you probably have in question, always talk to your big brother or your uncle. Or
Are
your
you
dad.
giving her example or showing her what her value is and her worth?
You have to do that. I don't have one.
I
do have nieces and stuff, but I ain't around them enough like that to even.
Okay.
So 3 things. First and foremost, everything that glitters ain't gold. I'm gonna drop that gem. Second gem, always trust your discernment. So when you walk into a situation, how does that feel? What's your instincts telling you? Go with that gut. Last but not least, whatever you need from a man, you should already have yourself. So you shouldn't go to a man with needs. You should go to add to, not to pull from.
Okay.
That's it. Gems. Diamonds. That's what we doing on a diamond lounge. Dropping those diamonds.
And you know what? I'm not even gonna say anything.
Just saying. Facebook Live, put them diamonds up for us.
Just trying to tell you.
Hit us with them diamonds.
Please do.
Drop them diamonds.
And tag 3 friends if you haven't already.
Come on.
Make a watch party of this show because this is real life. We need to really talk about these men.
Say go fuck that trick you cheated with on them since you have needs.
Yeah, I saw that. That sounded angry.
When I
Pierre
when I-
Wallen over there. I saw it too. Right?
when I said that at the time, I said when they were separated and broke up. I ain't said nothing about cheating. Listen, boo.
She was. See, and I think you took it personal. I don't think she was talking about you.
No, she had said that when I said something about needs by going to go, what I'm saying, when you go.
I
have
know,
sex
no,
with a
I know. I
person.
saw what you said. All right. So, with that being said, let's talk about, because we're still on our men. Let's talk about how do y'all feel like y'all are represented in media right now?
Ooh, you mean as African Americans?
Yes.
You know what's funny? We're in a very interesting place. We're at a precipice of this true #Black Renaissance.
Yes.
Where
Black
things are
excellence.
changing. Exactly, right? And we're starting to realize there's value, there's green dollars associated to Black excellence.
Oh, God.
And
yes.
we're seeing this with, the movies that have been created, the awards that are given out. Not that those awards should give us,
Don't pacify.
Exactly. They should not be the things that we strive for per se, because we're great within our own rights. We don't need someone else's awards to tell us we're great. But I think we're at the point to where we are controlling media, and media is responding positively to say you can do it.
Okay.
I'm here for it.
That's your take on it. What about you?
Ask that question again.
How do you feel Black men are being portrayed in the media? How do you feel about that? What do you think?
Yeah, for us media wise, I think we getting portrayed bad.
Okay. Oh, totally different. Let's see. What do you explain that a little bit?
Because I guess for all the infidelity that's going on.
Okay.
So
that's one person, 2 people.
No, but it gets highlighted. When it gets highlighted, it's like it throws what I say. I guess what dirt on on us as a whole, instead of because you only have your Russell and Obama, that everybody.
That everyone just
glorify.
loves.
Yeah, just look, but after that,
edifies.
it's it's just a shit long list of goddamn.
Well, you know what though?
Of things that's going on.
No, because I feel like Jay-Z is an example of redemption for y'all, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
I
it
can respect
was
that.
put out there, what he did wrong, and that he had to go through something to get and stay with the woman that he loves and wants. And even with that being said, even he in some kind of ways gets that clap back of, oh, he being weak. He's Beyonce's hype man now. You know, like and that's why I'm saying I don't get. It's like if a man praises and wants to uplift and cherish and stick with and put in that work to fix his mistake and keep that woman, instead of being praised for that, it's like people want to try to tear that down. But I like that. I think the reason why I like the way Jay-Z and Beyonce do it is they don't let a lot of media into their world unless they want you there.
Come on.
Yeah.
So with that being said, he's going to still do what he needs to do and keep it moving.
Oh, yeah.
And not even look back.
Yeah, you're going to pimp that situation. They're going to monetize anything that they do that's going to be out in the media.
Albums coming out about it.
Oh, yeah.
And
going, platinum.
But he's that example to me of that, okay, that middleman. Like he's not Obama or Russell. He's not Future or, you know,
Tristan Thompson,
Tristan or Offset.
Yeah.
But Offset he redeemed himself, so to speak.
Right now. It's still too fresh.
But still, nope. Now I ain't trying to hear too fresh. Nope. And but he's still right now. He still redeemed himself right now.
And actually, I would sit on the other side of that statement. I would say that he's both.
Ooh.
You were talking about Jay. I think he is Obama. I think he is Offset. He's a man just like any other man who has fallen and has picked himself up. We're taught to do that. We make mistakes. We're human. And to go back to the original question, and I was looking at us as a culture as a whole when I talked about the excellence in media, black men specifically. I still have an issue that I'll see a black man in a portrayal, in a role, and that black man is portrayed as being homosexual or is portrayed as being weak or comedic, you know, in just this situation. I think, and those are usually movies that are more European based or controlled by a European American, aka someone in that's white. So I don't like that portrayal, but I love the portrayal when someone like us, like a Jordan Peele, is creating a movie. They're going to show you an example of a strong African American man, and that's what it should be.
Okay, I feel that. I like that because to me, I honestly asked that question because I'm torn in the middle. Because on one hand, I feel like, you know, yes, our brothers, our black men are villainized and vilified, and it's like people want you to be the bad guy. They want you to stay with this dark cloud over you and keep you down and not let you build, not let you succeed, kill you, basically jail you, whatever. And I see that, but then I also see, like you said, the other side where we're fighting back and we're coming up. But with that being said, brings me to my next thing, because
I love these pivots.
That's how I work. So because they're coming up, but they're coming up with a lot of support from black women.
That's where it should be.
It should. I don't always see that returned, and that is my concern.
Okay.
Black women have historically held down black men, black families, period. You know, that's just, we stay there. You know, try to work through all the BS. When people say black women are some of the most unmarried population, it's because honestly, most black women are trying to stay with a black man, as opposed to saying, you know what, let me explore other options.
Let me get a man.
I mean, but seriously, like, let me just see what else is out there. Most black women are saying, I'm going to stay faithful and hold true to, I'm just going to be with a black man. I am one of those black women. But I am just going to be with a black man. That's all I want. That's my tunnel vision. Despite the fact that, yes, you have someone like Jordan Peele who is doing phenomenal things. But obviously, you know, dates outside his race because he's married outside of his race, you know. And even a lot of the
something against that.
It's not something against it. I have something against it when they make it a preference, because something about that to me just doesn't sound right. That how do you have a preference outside of who you are? I don't know. That just sounds odd to me. So I mean,
the connection is a connection. It shouldn't matter about it.
No, that's why I say a preference. Like to say I'm a black person,
but I only date.
Yeah, I only date white. I only date that's odd to me.
Oh,
And that's where I have a problem. You know, if you found a connection with whoever you found, that's one thing. But
you probably had a hard time with black women growing up. So you know what?
see, you know what? I'm fine. Let's say that. Let's say he did have a hard time. Like I said.
You know what? I'm gonna go over here on the other side.
Exactly. Black women don't do that though. We had that same hard time.
Nah.
That same you don't think y'all give us a hard time?
No, I ain't saying that. But
Oh.
I'm saying it's black women that go outside their race.
I'm not talking about outliers. I'm talking about majority. I'm talking about that bulk. And that's what I'm saying. Black women get that same struggle. We deal with the same issues. We in that same hood or whatever. But they'll still stay true and say that's what they still want and prefer. Majority, not the outliers, a black man. Black men deal with the struggle. They deal with a hard time and say, forget this. What a Becky, you know, like, or whomever. The
Samantha.
Senorita. Like,
Senorita.
I couldn't think of Carmen. I couldn't think of
Samantha.
Yeah, correct.
I was trying to go either white or Hispanic.
So, you know, I'll be brief with this piece. You know, I can look back, and not that I've been there, but I look back to societal or stereotypical norms that have been put present. I look to brainwashing, the European standard of beauty as a whole has been elevated in a way that everybody feels like we need to attain that instead of whatever standard our culture represents. And for us, our culture was taken away from us, you know, over 400 years ago. So we had to, you know, accept whatever culture was presented. And that, along with the people, these European American women became the pedestal, so to speak. They sat on this pedestal, this top that men wanted to achieve and get. So I think it comes from institutional situations, brainwashing over hundreds of years that have said this is the Kardashian crown.
So it's more like it's a
accomplishment.
So you're saying it like it's more of a accomplishment.
Exactly.
Oh, I got this now.
I am this because I've obtained this.
Yeah.
But you obtain somebody that's trying to be what you are running away from.
Come on, talk about it. Talk about the culture of vulture.
Look, let me say
exactly.
See, we ain't got time for that.
We don't. That's a part two. I mean, I'm just saying.
No, trust me, guy talk is gonna continue, but because we can't. You open the door.
But yeah.
So
that's
another thing. Like it's funny how y'all will chase and run after and be proud to claim
heavy
that person that is trying so hard to look like the person you're leaving.
Come on.
I don't get that either though.
Come on.
Like what?
That's called brainwashing at its finest.
And then we'll swear up and down this is better.
Yeah.
And I will say that because I remember that Kanye. Look, I call out people. I don't care. Kanye did an interview one time where he was glorifying Kim and her body and why she does naked stuff, and he was saying, well, you know, the world hasn't seen a body like this before.
Yo,
he just trying to justify.
I miss the old Kanye.
Yeah, for real.
To even say something like that from a black man was a joke and a half.
I bet if he looked back, if this Kanye looked back, I mean, the new Kanye could see this Kanye now.
Come on.
The old Kanye could see the Kanye now.
Yo,
he'll be.
Ever since he lost his mom.
Shit, he'll been left himself.
Lost his mom and his girlfriend, who was African American. Ever since then, he ain't been the same.
Well, still, that's no excuse. So,
and
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the kind of black man that I take issue with.
I agree.
So, y'all, this is a good one. Wait a minute.
Come on.
Okay, let me see. Can I wrap up one real? Okay, let me. No, I think everything else is gonna go into too much.
Everything always goes.
Hit us with a fire round. 30-second rapid fire.
Are you a father?
No.
I know you're a father. Okay.
Never been married. No kids.
Never been married. No kids. Do you want kids?
I do. I'll be 40 this year.
Okay. What do you think about how black men are portrayed as fathers?
I think about the criminal industrial complex and what it's done to the African American family, and how black men have been, or African American men have been,
prison reform.
Come on, have been, ostracized, have been oppressed in a way. And I think everything's by design because we're so powerful. So you bring us back, I think we can be excellent fathers just like anyone else.
Okay. So much to say.
Come on. I had to truncate all that. to some quick words.
No, I have so much to say. Okay,
Say
but
it.
we 30 minutes in. Go ahead. What is your take on it?
I don't think we get the credit that we deserve.
Come on.
I'll agree.
Because we get portrayed so bad as deadbeats are not doing enough.
See, okay, I agree. Because I agree because I honestly know a lot of great fathers,
Same here.
Black fathers, that are very active in their with their kids, whether they're with the woman or not.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I do agree that not enough light is shown on them, and that. But again, accountability. You can't take away from the fact that came from something. The whole reason why that started, being put out there was because it originated from the fact that there were a lack of those kind of fathers.
Yep. And
staying with their family, raising their kids, being involved, no matter what. Like, because too many times I hear the excuse of, "Oh, she making it hard for me to be in my child's life." No. I don't care how hard someone makes it, you still fight for your kid. That's yours.
Yeah, and see, that's the reason why some guys will put themselves on child support.
And they should.
Because
I tell everyone
once it gets to that point, just to get all right, so you want to keep me away from my kids? Okay, I will go do this so I can get my visitation rights.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
And that's what I'm saying.
Even though you probably hurt yourself pocket wise,
that's your kid, though.
But yeah,
exactly.
But I'm saying even though you probably hurt yourself pocket wise, that's why a lot do it because okay, if I had to lose giving her money,
that's your sacrifice.
That's an ROI. It's a return on my investment in the long term.
Because you're investing in that kid, like that, for that kid to see that you fought for them, and you fought to stay in part in their life. Do you know the kind of the esteem you build in that person?
Come on,
like just the self-worth of like, dang, I matter.
Yeah. Cause I know a guy went currently going through that, and she's still making it hard for him. I'm talking about even though he got his visitation rights and all, and that, but it's like now that she still hold her thumb on him, because like now that I got, saying I got this control over you.
It's 18. You know what? That 18 years is really that's why I honestly encourage any man, put yourself on child support, because that 18 years is really flies by quicker than you think, and you have the rest of that person's life to show how you made an impact and have that the relationship that you built with them or that they saw you trying to build.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so,
but it's hard to say let her. Because it does get frustrating.
It doesn't matter.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm still not saying it still takes a toll on you, you as a person. Well, because I ain't saying stop fighting, but I'm saying you don't know how much some men go through a lot just to get, what I'm saying, and they steady trying, but you steady pushing and pushing and pushing. Like, God damn, you would want somebody to fight for their child like how I'm doing.
Yeah, right.
But why you steady pushing? But why you steady pushing me away? It's like it's a.
You know what? That might get hard, but guess what? Being a single mother gets hard too, and you rarely have a choice. And I'm not saying I know you're not saying against that. I'm saying the reason why I say it doesn't matter is because life is hard.
No, but I'm not getting to we single mother being hard or single parenting being hard. I'm getting to the point to when someone is stopping the father from seeing their kid, and he's steady trying to see his kid, but you steady forcing. You steady. That's what I'm getting. I'm not sitting there saying.
No, but what I'm saying is I could be wrong. If you put yourself on papers as a father, and that person is denying you access or whatever from seeing that child, don't you then, as a father, have legal rights to pursue other action against that person?
Yeah, you're right. But I'm sitting there saying the headache. I'm just sitting there saying. I'm not saying don't stop. I'm just sitting there saying as much as some men go through. I'm just amplifying it. How much men go through. Steady fighting, and it be women out there that steady making it hard.
Okay.
So now that's what I'm sitting there saying for the woman to start holding themselves accountable, because now, how many people would die to have their kid's father in their life, and you steady pushing men, instead of pushing a man away from his kid. Like that gets hard, and then that gets frustrating at times.
I guess what I'm saying is I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree, but what I'm saying, no matter what, you still keep that fight.
No, I ain't saying stop fighting.
Okay.
But like you steady trying to.
Like
you steady trying to be.
I don't know if you're saying that as an excuse of why they stop, or that's why I'm trying to where are you?
I never said he stopped. I just said
not how him. I'm saying like
I'm just saying I just told you that the mother steady trying to keep the child away from his father, and I'm sitting there saying about the women that's out there that's like that.
No,
I ain't saying he stopped.
No,
I'm just gonna say he started trying, and she started like pushing.
No, but what I'm saying is, I'm not saying you're talking. I'm not even talking about him anymore. I'm talking about in general. What I'm saying is, I didn't know if you were trying to say that as an excuse for men in period, like this is why they stop or this is why they don't.
No,
pursue,
I never. Said, I clearly said.
Okay.
That's clearly said. I ain't saying stop fighting. I'm sitting there saying.
So you were giving that example as
like,
what?
Like I'm sitting there saying that men out there fighting for their kid, but it is women out there steady trying to keep the kid away from the man. Is no matter how much he's steady fighting to trying to see his kid or spend time with his kid or get just what I'm saying or whatever.
So you just trying to bring awareness to that women do that?
Yes,
there it is.
That's
awareness.
I don't know how many.
Like this is the other side of the coin.
I don't know.
Okay.
But you still kept saying, "Well, don't stop." I'm saying, I ain't saying don't stop. I'm still saying how much the woman steady be.
Because I was trying to relate it to what I asked. So, but okay, fine. Yes, because I'm saying yes, women do that. But at the end of the day, so what? That's what I'm trying to say.
Nah, it's not no so what.
No, but and see that's why I was going back and forth because it is so what, because at the end of the day that's still your kid.
No,
so what?
It's not no so what on the woman part. That's what I'm sitting there saying. You saying
No.
so what? Like yeah, like
No,
so
I'm
what's she doing it? Like you, like it shouldn't matter. That's how you.
I'm not saying it don't matter. I'm saying so what? Like okay, she's doing that. So what? Is that gonna make you stop, or does that make you keep going, or does that make you? That's what I'm saying. Like when you put that out there as an example. So what? Like what was other than just bringing awareness to that it happens? Because I'm not denying or even refuting that it does. It does happen. I've seen it. But so what? Like, what does that have to do with you and you pursuing being a father to that kid?
No, it doesn't. Because I never said nothing about stopping. I just said this.
So you, like I said, you just bring awareness to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So my thing is still outside of the awareness that yes, it happens. Women, you can't have the bitter, the hateful, the I'm gonna revengeful. I'm gonna get you back in any kind of way, and this is the best way I can. You will have that, but you're still that father. Because, and the only reason I said on the flip side with mothers is a lot of times women, most women, not all, because I know a lot of women that didn't raise their kids either. And they weren't there either. But most times women don't have that option to say it's too hard and throw in the towel.
No, you don't.
It's too hard, I'm going to walk away. It's too hard, I'll catch them when they turn 18 and get there. It's too hard. You know, most of the time, that woman that laid down there and made that child and birthed that child, no matter how hard life is and how much of a struggle it is, she's going to still be there.
Yep. And real men are going to do the exact same thing.
Exactly.
And we're going to deal with that struggle that was presented, because that's real rap. Like I know great fathers that are dealing with that right now. And they have that mentality of so what? Even though she cutting a fool, I still got to sow into my son or my daughter.
And that's all I meant by the so what. Not the so what to excuse her.
Yeah, that's how I took it. That's how I took the so what.
No, I'm saying, when I say so what, you're still responsible for yourself. That's what I'm saying. Like, so what she's doing, you can't control her. You can do whatever actions you have at your disposal, yes, to move forward for you, but so what about her? Because you can't stop her from being bitter, vengeful. That's something she got to take up with God and come to her own conclusion. That's what I meant by that. And so that's all. I would just love to see, because not love to see, because I'm already seeing it. It's out there. Black men are stepping up. Black men are being great fathers, and maybe they're not getting appreciated as much maybe they're not getting appreciated as much as they should, but. We also have to be mindful of understanding that there was a reason why this did come from somewhere, and that root is what needs to be healed.
Yeah, and that's a hard root to heal, because real rap, you look at the 70s, the 80s, when crack hit across this whole country.
Prison reform.
And exactly, right? And so all these African-American men, jobs left the hood, they moved out, so they can't afford to go get a job. So what do? They end up selling crack, dope in the areas to feed their families. Now the men are gone to jail and the women are left. Now you're raising a son who's now 30, 40 years old. He doesn't know what life is like to have a father. He doesn't have those insights.
See, you keep bringing up other topics.
But I'm just saying, like, it's so deep. It's so much bigger than rap. Like it's really there's things that have occurred that have set this thing on this snowball effect that we're just now starting to fight against and just now becoming aware of. Most people don't look at prison reform as a reason why African American men weren't in the house. But if you roll the tape back, history doesn't lie. Like, this is the exact reason why men got scooped up everywhere, and then they couldn't even come back home because Section 8 rules said if you had a man in the house, you can't get your WIC card, you can't do this.
Yep.
So literally the government said, don't bring your African American man back into this house, or we're not going to subsidize you. So now what does a man do? Like, that's systematic, and people not looking at that. We didn't choose to be this way. I'm just keeping it 100.
We didn't choose to be this way.
Come on.
You said a mouthful.
I'm just saying.
That's deep.
Come on.
And
it's bigger than rap.
All right, but the thing is, if you didn't choose to be this way, then make a choice to change.
And I think that's what we're seeing today.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about with
Black. You see a lot more people, like you said, like with the selling crack. You see a lot more people working now. You know what I'm saying? And, so now you see more fathers at home. You don't see families on Section 8 like that, like used to be. So now you got your own house or whatever, apartment, so you can't be took it away or kept away from your family.
Exactly.
All right, gentlemen, look, y'all done made me go over my 30-minute time today, and I still got stuff I want to say.
Part 2 coming.
Can't open up too many doors. Yeah. You might have to be a regular.
Hey, we can make something work.
He good.
Make something work.
He good. Y'all learn a lot listening to him.
But thank you so much for, seriously, thank you so much for participating, and you gave a lot of insightful points that can't be ignored. So I hope that continues the conversation, and I hope it keeps it going for those of you out there. I was watching, I didn't see a lot of questions. That's why I didn't go to the Facebook Live that much. But please keep the dialogue going, because this is a serious matter that in our community, we need to keep talking about things like this. Relationships, men and women, especially sisters, brothers, black, just families getting together and all that kind of stuff. Prison reform, that's why that was our first topic.
Heavy.
That is a major player in our community, fathers in the household, major player, because that's the groundwork and the example that men see. Hopefully more men will see those Russell Wilsons in their households, and those Barack Obamas, and see that's okay. This is a marriage, and hopefully more girls don't think I'm an equal opportunity. More women will see those Michelle Obamas.
Come on,
in their mamas.
I need me one.
And so, yeah, thank you. So, it goes both ways. We all need that example, or to see that example of this is how it works in a functional, not dysfunctional relationship. This is this is what I want to strive for and, emulate when I get a chance to do it. I want that, not that ghetto love kind of stuff. Like, that needs to stop being glorified.
So like when her and Future was together, Ciara and Future was together. Not
that ghetto love. Let that go. Okay, let's move past that. All right, let's move on to something higher.
Nothing wrong with little hood love.
See, yes.
Tony and Baby.
So, anyway, our next show, let's just let y'all know, our next show is actually supposed to be something random. So at this moment, it was supposed to be a random show. So at this moment, I'm putting the conversation in your hands. You let us know what you want to talk about. Email us, tag us, DM us, whatever. This is the only time you can slide in my DMs. All right. And let us know, what do you want to hear, what do you want to talk about, what you want to chime in on for the next show. All right. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Twitter. I forgot. I always forget Twitter because I don't do Twitter. But follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for those exclusive behind the scenes shenanigans that I love to post on YouTube when I edit. No, I don't edit. I post the real.
You be trying to catch me slipping.
He don't like when the real shows.
And you be cutting and you be putting stuff together and making it look like I.
Look, I'm becoming a producer, and I'm learning how to
hit you with a soundbite.
Yeah, man. Hey.
So anyway, but thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you next. Oh, not next week. I'm sorry. Next week, Diamond Lounge will not be on, but the following week on the Diamond Lounge.
Following week?
Yeah, not next week.